Hey, welcome to the process. My name is Dr. John Bush. This is Thursday night Snaps, DAPs, Vegas, and Efficiency Landscapes. This is a pretty sorry game for fantasy point production. At least Vegas thinks it's about 30 points. That's the lowest of the season. All sorts of injuries and speculations and things. It just not anything that I'm excited about or would even consider betting. There's a few players you got to play, but it's a lean time on paper. And of course, I always have high hopes for Thursdays, but I've been disappointed in every Thursday. So let's talk about uh, what Vegas thinks. This is game one of the week, tomorrow night. Pittsburgh 20, New England 10. I think Pittsburgh will win by at least 5, 6 points, 30, very low scoring. Week 14 here. Looking at the defense against position, the DAPs, I call them. New England versus Pittsburgh. New England is away. Pittsburgh, of course, is at home. Pittsburgh D overall is a tough defense here, but they are relatively easy if you're New England for the running backs and surprisingly the tight end. So we're talking Elliott and Henry here. You don't want to play the kicker and the D unless you got it, but it doesn't seem very conducive for the passing and the wide receivers. Again, on paper, it looks like the ones you might consider focusing on would be Elliott. Henry, Henry, I would think you could find somebody, some other tight end streamer. Elliott's probably the one you're going to play in a multi-flex environment. Uh, he might get a touchdown. You, when you play in a situation like this, you're hoping for about 10 PPR points, and you figure he won't hurt you. So that's kind of my optimism, if you want to call it that. Uh, some leagues I'm playing in, some I'm not. Of the 40 teams, I don't know how many I'm playing. That's because there's lean biscuits elsewhere. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, New England is below average tough, and Pittsburgh's Warren and Harris, if Harris plays, I think he didn't practice, so I don't know by game time if he's going to be available. Quarterback situation is lean and tough, but the wide receivers, if they get an option, can do well against the New England D. So if the quarterback can get it off, it's possible that there is some goodness. Freiermuth, you hope if you've got to play him, you hope he gets you again the old tight end 10 points. It would be a treat if you got a touchdown out of him. You definitely could play the kicker. I'm sure there are better ones there. And defense is streamable this week against New England. So uh, as far as what wide receivers, I believe we'll look at snap counts, but that seems to be the ray of hope there. My efficiency data, looking at home away efficiency, New England loves to be at home. They're 41% better at home. They're away. So right there, that's bad news for New England. Pittsburgh is plus 24%. 1% at home. They are at home, so that's good news. So Vegas thinks Pittsburgh wins over New England, and the efficiency would say, that kind of falls in line with that. They're both declining teams, though, in the last three games they've played. So recency bias would say they're both declining. But if they're both declining, then I don't know if there's any advantage or disadvantage there. New England loves to run. Okay, a +6 out of about 10 and about a -5 out of -10. So for passing. So they skew to the rush, not to the pass. Pittsburgh skews to the rush and to the pass as well. So rushing forward teams that don't pass a lot, don't want to pass a lot, and passing, New England's going to have to go against type. They're away, so the less efficient. Their usual MO is to play more passing. And if you look, what's kind of interesting, away games, they tend to rush 17% more and pass 24% less. So New England's declining. They're playing away, and their mode of operation is exactly opposite of what they're being given on paper by the Pittsburgh team. So some more bad news for New England here. And, everybody's down on this game, so I not see anything most won't. But Pittsburgh, again, loves to be at home. They're declining. They like to rush. However, New England's tough against the rush. Pittsburgh normal operation is actually they rush less at home and pass more. So so Pittsburgh, their normal run of passing more, rushing less is exactly what they need to do based on the DAP landscape that's being given. So they're at home, they're, they have the advantage, and they can pass. So that's that plays in Pittsburgh's favor. Let's look at the snaps. Pittsburgh, Harris, Warren. Last week Harris over Warren, but they've been splitting. But Harris, I think, didn't practice, so I don't know if this is an injury he's managing. Could be. Could have had this for a while. But again, if you look at the DAPs, New England loves to give points away to the running back. So if Pittsburgh can do a 1-2 punch, if Harris can practice and get up, suited up, you might get a touchdown out of him, or could get two out of one for each. Who knows? So you could be playing those guys if you got in a deep flex. Firemouth, notice 36-34. He's been sharing the touches here, so I think maybe they're easing him back, but I would have hoped last week he would approach closer to 50. So I'm a little saddened by that. So I'm a little down on Firemouth. And again, Pittsburgh, their tight end, New England's pretty tough on tight ends. Not extremely tough, but tough. So that is a little worrisome. You got to play Firemouth. Just scale back your points. Pickens, Deontay Robinson hadn't been scoring a lot. Seems to me these two guys could collect for you, even with the, I don't know who the quarterback is. I think. Didn't somebody get hurt? Trubisky playing? So I don't know. That may lower the output. Obviously, it is. Vegas is bad on Pittsburgh. Anyway, they have an advantage. It will be through Pickens and Johnson. Again, deeper flex plays would be how I would do that. New England, Stevenson is out, so should be Elliott's time. I know people are talking about Montgomery as the handcuff, or uh, Michael Hasty maybe as a dollar play. Might fish around a little bit. Henry has been dominant over Gesicki last 2 weeks. In fact, Pharaoh Brown has been taking Gesicki snaps. So looks like it's Henry's. You might accidentally get something for you. I don't think Douglas is clearing the protocol, folks, and that's sad. I'm going to have to pull him out because I've been using him, especially before the bye. So this is sad. Schuster Parker looks like Thornton is the replacement for Douglas. I just don't know what's here, folks. I guess got to play somebody. I guess you could play one of these, but I'm avoiding all that I can if possible. But 14, Arizona, Washington may have some buys. So, play it like you need to play it. But me and Vegas and pretty much everybody else is very sad about this game. This is a sad Thursday, so I hope we see something. Maybe the defenses will give us some neat plays. Okay, I've had enough fun. I'll try to do a higher scoring for week 14 coming up. Okay, we're having fun. Woo woo, week 14. Let's get it done.